to the doctors and go, I need some drugs. When I feel that that's happening, I'm aware enough to know, oh, I got ego resistance that's showing up right now. Why? So immediately I go in and go, what's going on? Why are you afraid? What's happening that you're scared of? And work it out, work it through. So I work through the reaction of the ego that's afraid, so that then the body tension release. So you learn how to manage your own energy flow. You don't have to then take drugs. You don't have to go to doctors. You don't have to go to therapists. When you really open these chakra systems up, you can move chi up and down your spine at will. So you can align the shoulder, neck, vertebrae. You are able to do it on your own because you're now holding still point in that body of yours. And you're constantly bringing it back into balance, back into alignment, back into divine order. So you start to actually become a master of your own physical body. You become master of your emotions, which has to happen for you to hold still point. If you can't master your emotions, you're not going to be able to maintain still point very long. And so emotions, the way it was described to me is energy and motion. So emotions are to actually just provide information. So if you're feeling, let's say you're getting pissed off at somebody, okay, that anger is telling you something. That emotion is telling you probably that person is pushing on your boundaries or doing something inappropriate. This chakra has to go tell that, this is bothering me, so it's when you begin to flow with how your body's talking to you and your emotions are giving you data, then the energy is energy emotion. You get the information, you take the appropriate action, and it dissipates out. It's gone. This stuff should never be storing in our bodies, ever. This all should be, we should be like almost like we're standing under a waterfall. Energy should be moving through us constantly. And that way then we're guiding the ship, right? We're keeping it, we've got the rudder, we're keeping it in balance, we're keeping it in still point. Now that's more of a kind of a daily maintenance thing. Then what we want to do is then learn how then can we start to actually manifest what we need. And of course the ego wants some material stuff, right? So the ego wants to be gratified. And it's more of starting to listen to the wisdom of the soul that you're pulling in and really uniting with. And that is going to guide you usually through passionate feelings in the heart. I feel that the soul talks to us through the heart center, through the fourth chakra, and it is a calling of the soul in the heart. It's telling us, you got to go over here, or you got to put your energy here, or you got to look into this. So I just follow where I'm getting tugged by the heart. That's how my soul is guiding me. And that way then, what action I take is in alignment with my truth, because actually we all came here with soul blueprints. We all have a map. We all have something very beautiful to offer and contribute to the world right now. That's why we're here. So it's like we all have one piece of the puzzle of what's forming here, this new world. And so the more that we can align with and listen and follow the call, the pull, the inspiration of the heart, we're contributing what is our piece to this new world that's forming. And we're pulling our energy away from what's not working anymore. So we're part of the collapse in that sense, and then we're anchoring in the new earth paradigm, the new earth hologram, which is built in unity consciousness. It's where we're taking care of each other. It's where we support the whole, where we form community. We raise everybody up together as opposed to someone having to win so someone loses. This is what we're leaving behind. So it's finding, okay, as an alchemist, and I use this powerful rhythm or pulse of creation of our universe, and I use the movement of the vortex to bring it through the gravitational fields into the third dimensional earth space, I can then start to change my reality. So you actually start to change your holograms that you're living in, that you're creating. So this is where we really begin to use the power that's here. It's untapped power. That 0 point energy is untapped power. We should be using that to source our planet. I mean, it's just sitting there. So we're learning to first use it energetically on ourselves, and then hopefully we'll apply it to our future, to our community, and to our source of power. Okay, any other questions before?
Yeah, when you talk about vortex, are you imagining a spiral coming down?
I use the power of my mind to actually start movement in my aura. And that's how I started. So
it's a still spiral. Does it come from the sky?
No, it actually starts at a template at my foot, starts to open up around my body. It's in my aura.
It's in your aura, and it's going kind of up?
It's counterclockwise around the body, all the way up the 12 chakras to the Godhead.
counterclockwise, and then it is light.
It is a light, it's a whirlpool of light.
Did you say counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise.
It's counterclockwise.
Yeah, the movement of light is counterclockwise, actually.
Well, depends on where you see it from, so to speak.
Okay, that's a very, it's because I can see that from the 12th down,
You
I
see
can
from
see
up
from the
on
third
top.
up, it's always moving up. It's always moving up, right to left around.
So do you have the ability to actually be successful?
No, actually, in the first, I started this about 15 years ago, and I wasn't, all my systems weren't open yet, so I didn't feel the movement. I was able to actually, with my mind's eye, to see it going, so I could at least know something's happening. But I actually didn't feel it in the beginning, but it worked because it kept opening and clearing, so finally I started to feel the movement. Now when I work in it, my whole body could be like this, like the vortex is strong. So it's just, I think it's my ability to run it got better, and then also I cleared enough of my density so then I could really feel it.
So you're saying where you got bad thoughts or something? What was the way you said that?
When you have anything like emotions, like an energy emotion that you do not want to actually lock in, you don't want it to take hold, you can use the vortex system and you point your mind to what you want to clear. You have to actually kind of lock on, and like kind of grab it by the back of the neck and say, you're out of here. You grab the energy wherever you sense it or see it or feel it
Like a
in you.
negative thought or something?
Negative thought, could be dark emotions, rage or jealousy, these kinds of things. You where you feel it, where you sense it, feel it, you point.
What if you don't? I don't think.
You don't
I
sense
know
feelings.
that.
You know you're
I
having
might know that I'm jealous or something like that, but
can your
I don't
mind
sense
recognize it?
in a way in my body.
If your mind recognizes it, the power of this mind is unbelievable. We are not using our minds like we should be. So you point your mind, like almost like a laser light point to it. Even if you can't feel it, you can point your direction to it and say, get in the vortex or out of here. Because what I found is nothing exists in here without our permission. So, when we say you don't have permission to be here, it will leave. Okay, so you don't have to, believe me, I've worked with probably thousands of people. Some people are clairvoyant, some people are clairaudient, some people are clairsentient. We all have our way of doing things, so it's not uniform. So just as you get in tune with yourself, however you become aware of something, use the power of your mind and lock onto it and demand it to leave. And you use the momentum of the vortex to spin it out. And that's how I started.
After work and doing reading the book, I've been able to use the vortex to spin things out. But I was wondering if you could elaborate on pulling things in, using it the
Yes.
same way, because I'm confused, because I know the way it flows and I know I can spin it out, and I was like, okay, how do I use that same
Okay,
spin
good
to pull
question.
it in?
Because you're still using the same counterclockwise momentum, but now, instead of using your will to push out, you're going to focus on what you sense you need. Okay, so what would this be? This would be, okay, so you're trying to fund your own business, you're trying to fund income, you're trying to support yourself with income. And you want to start to pull in more universal support of your income. So what you do is, you think about it, the center of a vortex of a tornado is a vacuum, right? It's sucking everything into it. You use it that way. So you create the still point inside. That's now the center of your tornado, right? And it's creating actually a vacuum effect in your gravitational field. And I can actually feel it pulling the energy in. That's because I've been doing it a long time, so now I can sense it. But in the beginning I didn't. I just had to trust it was actually pulling it in. So you focus in on the powerful vacuum effect inside your core, which is the center, still point of your vortex. And then you begin to, with your intent, connect up to universal abundance and start using the vacuum to pull that energy into you. So this is where we source ourselves. We don't go outside ourselves to get income, in that we have to be dependent on other people or other systems. We use our own ability to pull the power of income in, or pull the power of health in, or pull the power of loving relationships in, whatever it is that you want to put your energy into. You use the vacuum effect to pull it in, and it's energy. You may not see form, you may not have, pictures or images, but we're holographic, so it could have pictures or images, but it's an energy you're pulling in from the abundant 0 point field. So from this universal, this is all it is. You can pull in from anything you want from all it is down inside you. What I find is when I ingest this in, it becomes one with me. My magnetic field pulls it to me. This is how it works. So we clear out what we don't want to magnetize in what we want to magnetize in. And
But
yes,
is it the same light spiral you're talking about?
same counterclockwise because it's a spiral of light.
So
Same
for you use the
counterclockwise.
same spiral for expelling and the same
Yes.
spiral for pulling in?
Yes. So it can be directed with your mind that it's now going to spin out or it's going to spin in. You're the mechanic of it in a sense.
And the vortex, it's outside you, it's not inside you?
Well, you can create them anywhere you want in your field, but the template that I activate for people is under the feet and it opens up around their unified field. So it's out around their body, around their aura.
Is it counterclockwise, whether you want to expel
Yes.
or
And whether you want to go up or go down, it's always counterclockwise. Clockwise is the flow of magnetics. So clockwise is what, we're trying to actually become light beings. We're trying to get beyond magnetic beings, right? We're trying to become the light beings where we're living on electrical current, right? Bringing in that life force of our universe, which is photon light, which is the photons are the carriers of information. So the more that we pull in high vibrational photon light, we're transforming our bioenergetics to become more of a light body, a light being, and less dense magnetism. Does that make sense? It's like we're shifting it here. Now, what's helping us too around the planet is the magnetic field of Earth is actually weakening, and the magnetic poles are actually moving. So with this situation that's happening right now, we have the magnetic fields of Earth that are breaking down and weakening, and we actually have the biophoton emission of Earth. The frequency, the light frequency that Earth is giving off has actually doubled in the last 10 years, so it's rising. So we have all of these gamma rays that are coming in from the solar flares. So this is, our whole environment's changing. That's why everything feels so like frenzy, right? That time is speeding up. It's because we're getting this infusion of gamma ray, which is 25 hertz and higher, and the Earth has been running at 7.8 hertz. It's now getting towards 13 hertz, and it's going to keep rising. And so as the environment that we're living in is raising in its vibration, we got to raise our own body vibration or we're going to have a lot of trouble. We have to keep up with our environment. We have to evolve. Earth is evolving. We have to evolve with Earth. And so this is, I think, also why my soul has been so adamant on getting me to learn this over the last 20 years, because part of my job is, of course, to share this so that everyone can continue to drop the baggage, get the density out, keep raising your frequency, and also get used to being in a vortexual spin, because that's the rhythm of our universe that we've been separated from. And so you start to be living in this creational space, in this the Earth atmosphere that's totally changing probably in the last at least 5 to 10 years. I really feel it accelerating now. And you can probably see the results of it out in the world, how it's accelerating. So it's in a sense, this is our survival. In a sense, this is not only are we going to very, very quickly evolve, but we're also going to keep up with the ascension that's happening on planet Earth, and then become the ones who help those who need help. Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to need help across into this new Earth paradigm. Any other questions? Yes?
You have your book for sale here.
Yes, we have. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for the plug. Okay, so I have a book that I wrote last year, and it really focuses on some of these issues that we hit up against when we're rising up these 12 chakras, up through the ascension pillar. Because there's, in a sense, it's almost kind of like membranes of heavy separation consciousness, like a ceiling. So you rise up, and you hit another ceiling. The book is about this, is what to anticipate, so that when you actually hit into, let's say, victim persecution, oh, okay, I know that's one of the areas that I bumped from 9th dimension up to 10th dimension, is once I can break free of victim persecution, then I'm really getting into the top stuff there. So the book is about what you will kind of encounter in clearing shadow, and also what the original human template was like prior to the corruption that's happened in our planetary
Does
field.
it cover all this 0 point stuff that?
Okay, that's another question. Okay, it doesn't go into that as much. I have another program that is very much focused in on the 0 point energy, and it's coming, it's a transmission that I put into an ebook